Hey, how are you? My name's Ben from USA Magnum, and we are a nationwide Xerox solutions provider. And this is our review of the Xerox B310. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, you just want to sell me a printer. And you are right. But I still need to know that the equipment that I'm recommending to my customers is the best possible solution. And I really needed a check printer. So I came up with a set of questions that I needed to answer. I went out and I bought the printer. And then I went out and found and purchased the special MICR toner to print checks on it. And then I set out to answer 3 simple questions. First, what's it like unboxing the printer? If I sell this to a customer and they unpackage it for themselves, what's that process like? Is it easy? Is it hard? Second, as soon as the customer unboxes it, starts printing, installs the drivers, how many pages does that starter toner get them before they have to buy another one? 3, can the B310 print checks that pass the government's requirements? That's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to answer those 3 questions.
Hey, real quick, I wanted to explain why I slowed down the video. A lot of questions come up regarding the paper trays. You see these green little tabs? Those are the guides that help the printer identify what size of paper was input into the tray. There is also a little indentation into the bottom of the paper tray that marks the location of commonly used paper sizes. This is a good way to quickly recognize if the paper you put into the tray is properly aligned. If the guide is different from the paper inside the tray, the device probably won't print correctly. Okay, now back to the video.
Such riveting content, am I right? Thanks for staying with me through that. It took a lot longer than I thought it would. partly because I was trying to impress the camera by going fairly slow and methodical during the whole process. So, now that it's unboxed and plugged in, how do we print?
Remember that yellow piece of paper from earlier in the video? It was one of the first things that I took out of the box. It had a QR code printed on it that can help guide someone through this setup process, but you're here now, so I'll take you through the steps quickly. The fastest way I've found to get these B310 set up is by going to Google, searching for Xerox B310 driver, and downloading the correct version from the official Xerox support site. During the installation, I make sure to follow the on-screen instructions and wait patiently for my slow laptop to complete this task. Once the driver has been installed, I print a test page to confirm that I did it right.
Okay, got it. So let's recap what just happened. Got out of the box, it was set up, and it printed something. I'd say it took us about 10 minutes to unbox it, then probably another 10 minutes for an IT person to install the drivers and get it printing. So what do you think? Roughly 30 minutes for the average person to unbox, set up, and start printing something? Okay. Well, now we have to answer our first question. How easy is it to unbox the Xerox B310? I'd say fairly easy, on an easy to hard scale. I mean, the tape was easy to peel off, plastic bag didn't shock me, and the driver was pretty straightforward. So on to the next question, to see how many pages the starter toner will get us, okay? Okay, tiny caveat here that requires a quick learning moment. Toner yield is the number of pages that a cartridge can print. This isn't going to be the same number of pages with each cartridge. It's an estimate based upon how much toner is actually used per page. The two biggest factors are, one, how many grams of toner are inside the cartridge, and then two, what's the pixel density of the thing that's being printed. For example, printing a check or just a light invoice document uses far less toner than a full-page photograph. A manufacturer will often rate their cartridges as up to a number of pages. The true number of pages are entirely dependent on how dense your photographs are. But we're still going to run it and find out for ourselves.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, wow, that was more than I expected. And really, I could have kept going on the printer and if I would have changed the file, but because this is a public video and I didn't want to end more trees unnecessarily, I was printing off these marketing mailers that I'm sending out to businesses that I want to work with. Did you get one? Let's answer the second question. How many pages did it print? Well, technically we printed 2,268 pages, but that was in duplex mode, which means double-sided. So we actually only printed 1,134 of these mailers, which might explain why you didn't get one. It's not the point. The point is how many pages actually looked good. I would say about 910 of these, because I counted them in stacks of 20 and found that 224 of them look a little bit faded. But because I don't want to end more trees unnecessarily, I still sent these out anyways. So be checking your mail, you may get one from us. That's about 2 to 3 reams of paper that the starter toner can print. But you don't get any paper, you still gotta buy that paper. So the question is, how many pages are you printing per month? Okay, we get it. This is a good little printer. It can print real fast. We saw that. Comes out of the box real easy. Good. Can set up like a dream. Awesome. But can it stretch to be more? Can it be the check printing solution that I'm looking for? Does this Xerox become the check printer? ways of things pivot. There wasn't any visible issues with the B310 as we were printing the checks. It never jammed. There wasn't any major alerts. In fact, the only alerts that popped up were when we left too much paper up here on the tray, or when we needed to put more paper down here in the tray. It was printing flawlessly. So we printed an entire case of paper and packaged it up and called up the manufacturer of the MICR toner. Printer them. And we told them what we were doing. We told them our idea and how we were working with the printer, and they gladly said, send us your test prints and we'll run them through our sophisticated scanner and give you back the results. Super grateful, super awesome for that. So we did. We boxed up the 5,000 prints, put them in a box, and shipped them off to their headquarters. They called me on FaceTime, the first one through, and it failed. Picks another one up, goes through, it fails. He then tells me the entire case, all 5,000, failed. Why? Well, that's actually pretty simple. Because the off-the-shelf B310 is not verified as a check printer. It's just not going to work. It has to be verified. It has to be updated and modified to meet the government's strict banking requirement. For obvious reasons, you can't just go and buy a printer off the shelf and put in some toner and think that it's going to print checks. It's not as simple as that. Here, I'll put it in perspective for you. MICR toner, MICR, magnetic ink character recognition, isn't just about putting toner or ink onto paper. It's regulated by the United States government banking system. The Federal Reserve and ANSI require the MICR lines to meet strict banking rules. One of those is being dark enough. Another one of those is having this magnetic compound inside of it. That way, when they put it through their super fast check scanners, they know it's like multiple verifications of realness. Makes sense, right? So you can't just have an off-the-shelf printer doing this stuff and printing checks. What do we do from here? Well, it's pretty simple. We just get the printer updated. We get it verified as a MICR check printer. Run the test again, and then we see if this Xerox is going to be our solution for check printing.
2 months later.
Okay. Now that we're done with that 2-month-long pivot, let's answer that third question. Can it handle secure check printing? Yes. Yes. Depends on where you buy it from. So I think I've answered all my questions, and then some. I feel confident recommending the Xerox B310 to offices that need a small desktop black and white printer. It's easy to unbox and set up and get started printing. It can instantly print off 914 double-sided marketing mailers for someone. That looks good. And if a business is looking to print checks in-house, all green marks. Verified check printing solution? Yep. This has been good. All right, I'm going to wrap things up here. I hope by answering my questions, I've been able to help you answer some of the things you came here looking to find out. If not, and you're still looking for some more information, call us. Leave us a comment below. Someone's bot will probably get back to you faster than a human will. So, have a great day.